5, 6, 7, 8. It's a messes. Oh, it's a messes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. It's a mess, sis. So, what exactly is a mess? A mess is a situation or a state of affairs that is confused or full of difficulties.
The mess is when things don't go the way you plan. It is when you have to go off script, improvise, ad-lib, sit through the awkwardness, and breathe through the pain until you come out on the other side, because you will come out on the other side. It is everything that makes life interesting and transformative. It is what we are here to do. It is how we learn how to be.
So join us as we dive into this week's mess.
It's a messes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's a Mess, Sis, my favorite podcast. I'm Jess, working through the mess, and I am so glad you came back to hang out with us again.
Hey everyone, I am Rena, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be home. Despite everything I've been through this holiday season, I'm happy to be here with you all with a smile on my face and just, be physically present in my home, in my city.
I love that. You guys are joining us for one of my favorite topics that we do, and that is we're on episode 80, and that's what's your intention for 2023. This is our intention episode, y'all. Y'all know we go in during this time of year, just getting ourselves prepared and ready for the new year. So we'll dive into that in just a little bit. But before we do, we have a little segment called What's the Mess? So I'm gonna ask Rena, what is your mess?
Southwest.
Period. Motherfucking period.
I feel like we have a joint mess.
It's a joint mess because mine literally says Southwest owes me $1 million.
Southwest is the mess.
It is a mess. Okay, tell your tale. We're here for you.
I've been telling this to anybody who will listen. I'm so tired of telling my damn story. I'm a victim.
Oh no.
And a survivor.
Oh God.
I didn't, the worst is for some shit to happen when you don't expect it to happen.
Yeah.
With Southwest, I thought I was safe. I'm like, this ain't Spirit.
Right. Right.
The megabus of the sky.
The megabus of the sky.
You're reputable.
We don't.
2 free check bags.
2,
not 1, but 2. And you get a carry-on and a personal item.
You get a lot of luggage.
And I didn't realize that's just because they was going to lose your shit.
Yeah.
And just reschedule your flight. In fact, they was going to cancel your shit.
Yeah.
They didn't even reschedule it. They're not even going to say, oh, we're now flying out 2 hours later, 3 hours later the next day. They're like, just cancel, you figure it out. It's done.
Y'all got to figure it out.
So I use gratitude, which is something that I've definitely learned over the course of this podcast and in life.
Yes.
I'm lucky that I was only 6 hours away from home.
Yeah.
And I was able to snag a rental car, and I had the funds to do so and drive my happy ass back here to Baltimore. But yeah, that's been a big part of my mess.
Yeah. Same. Literally same. But for me, I am literally on the other side of the country. So there's no driving back. I am still in Atlanta, which is the silver lining. Like you said, there's gratitude in that. I'm still home. I'm still with people that love me. I'm in a safe space. I'm in a warm space. I'm able to, still just be in a space where there's love. I'm not stuck in an airport for, days on end. I'm not stuck.
But
not
you're in
what
a
I'm gonna
hotel.
eat.
And you got this rental car, and there's a lot of expenses.
There are a lot of expenses.
When you're staying in Atlanta.
It's
nice for you to visit friends like you are now.
Yes, of course.
And then, you can go back to your hotel.
Yeah, of course.
Your really expensive hotel. It's price gouging because of the Southwest debacle.
Which is why I couldn't drive home, y'all. Let me tell y'all how much they was trying to charge for me to go one way to California. $1,700. Did y'all hear me? 1700. It wasn't even on the dot. It was like 17 something to get to LA. I said, oh baby, I'm gonna be here till you rebook me. They want to rebook me for a fucking week out damn near. I'm not going home until the new year. So I'm flying. I'm taking it, like you said, it's about gratitude. I'm flying as a new woman into the new year back to my home. I will bring all the things that I am intending on today that we are talking about. I'm glad we're doing this episode now so we can really like settle into who we are. And I'm just taking it like I'm setting this intention and then I'm flying home and going to implement it. And so, yeah, it has been a mess. It's been a mess and a half, but again, like Rena said, there's still so much to be grateful for. You still being able to get home because you were only 6 hours away, and there was a rental, and you had the funds. Me being close to people that I love, regardless of the extra expense of the hotels or the rental cars that I've had to, dole out. I'm still blessed to be in a space where people love me and I can go see people and, those things like that. But anyway, that's the mess. Was there anything else? I feel like this was such a mess that there doesn't need to be more. Y'all don't know how nerve-wracking it was to be on hold for 4 hours and then they hang up and then another 4 or 5 hours. That's 9 hours in total just to try to make sure that I could get rebooked and like see what's going on. The lady was really nice though. I was surprised that she wasn't like stressed, but she said everybody she had talked to had been really nice. And I was like surprised, and I was really grateful to hear that maybe it's not. I know the the frontline workers at the airport probably had hell. Oh yeah. But the customer service, I think people was on hold so long they was just grateful, like thank God somebody, so.
No, my experience has been I got hung up on every single time I called. So Southwest, I called because I was in Cleveland. So I called Cleveland's airport and some guy answered the phone. I was like, yeah, hi, I'm trying to get some information on my flight cancellation and get reimbursement. He was like, yeah, you need to call the 1-800 number, click. But that was the only person who actually answered the phone. The other time where I was in my rental car and I was driving home, I sat on the phone for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I took 2 hours and 20 minutes out of my like commute time that I usually spend to check in with friends for like a year. Yeah. And I stayed on the phone so long that the music ran out. Yeah. Kind of like the way the TV would cut off back in the day. And it got to the point where it was just silence. And I was like, you know what? I will not be silenced. I will not be. I will keep talking. Just I see that the time is still going on my phone. You want me to think y'all hung up? You want me to think I got disconnected? I did not get disconnected. We are still connected. So I was talking to them, and then they actually disconnected my call after 2 hours and 20me minutes.
So you never talked to anybody,
except for that one dude in Cleveland who was like, "Not me, ho."
Oh no.
Essentially, respectfully,
essentially respectfully.
Southwest, I need to speak with you. And you need to speak with me.
Southwest, I need to speak with you. Really though, I need to speak with you. Because actually, I don't. I need to speak to the class action lawsuit lawyer. That's it.
Really? Like, if anybody's listening to a lawyer, this is an opportunity.
Get us together.
Like,
because
I'll take a TikTok lawyer at this point.
Period.
Like, just help.
The thing is, like, the amount of work that I have missed for being here, like, I have found gratitude, but the amount of work that I've missed from being here, the amount of extra expenses, unexpected extra expenses, plus not being able to work like I was supposed to be working, it's really absurd. I can't imagine if I didn't have any cushion for this, how I would be. I would be distraught.
You'd be asleep in the airport like several individuals.
Yeah.
And nestled up in a corner.
Yeah.
Hugging the only outlet in the area.
Right. And I'm grateful that like I said, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but yeah, they are atrocious. The music going off, it's like all a trickery. It's like all because as soon as the music stopped on my end, I was like, oh shoot. Back to Reddit, I went. I was like, should I hang up if the music? They was like, do not hang up. They'll hang up. They'll answer in 3 or 4 hours. I was like, that's absurd. You don't even have the courtesy to give us music the whole time.
And the music was trash.
The music was trash.
It was like annoying, piercing, like music. And I was like, what is this? This ain't even like the good stuff. The do 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 do. Like it ain't even like the good one.
You got whole music memorized. Do 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 do. I'm fucking weak.
But like, I'm like, this ain't even smooth jazz. Like, what is this? It's like some type of Irish Turkish mix.
I'm like,
you want me to hang up at this point? And I'm like, no, I will not hang up. I will not. And then to get reimbursement, they're like, oh yeah, go to the travel disruption section. Where it at? How do I find it?
Right.
They make it hard. And then when you get to that form and they're like, oh, you want a refund, fill out the form. It's 3 questions. What's your confirmation number, your first name and your last name? And then you don't even get a confirmation that they received it. I don't get no email. You ain't asked me for my email address. Like, I ain't got no receipt.
Well, I mean, if you have your
box that says like your request has been submitted, maybe I do because Black people screenshot. So maybe
right. But and also, to be fair about the email address, you had to put an email address in when you booked. So I imagine that if you put your name in your confirmation,
I want an email confirmation that you received my request.
Ooh, you right. You right.
Just because you gotta fix 20 years of infrastructure just abandoning.
Ain't your fault.
With a little 3-question little tally that somebody created real quick. I'm like, where is the end user? Where's the UX and UI people here? The end user experience is trash. Yeah. The in-flight experience actually wasn't bad. But like the waiting for the flight, it wasn't bad. It just, I gotta wait.
Right.
Like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. And I just feel like all of society is crumbling. All these things are outdated and antiquated. Nobody's addressed them for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Social Security's dying. Southwest is dying. Everything is just crumbling around us. The globe is warm. Like, how go from -14 to 60 in the same week? I walked outside with a t-shirt on today. Why? This is the mess. It doesn't just start and begin with Southwest. Okay?
They're just part of the problem.
They're a part of the problem. Everything, all of this, all these businesses suck. I don't know if other people who originally started them and ran them are dead. Yes, they are dead. But the people who took over, they were like, I just want to be CEO. Do something.
Yeah.
CEO. I don't even know what that means. Chief Executive Office, some shit.
You knew. COO.
No, COO, whatever.
COO is Chief Operating Officer.
So do something.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Like you couldn't foresee this. Like you don't think to go through like your system, do a check and be like, what if this were to happen? Devil's advocate. Play devil's advocate.
But see, this is what I was reading from a airline person who said, they had somebody in place early on who was actually like very operations based. So all of his focus was on that. So then the new people are all very like financial or like revenue based. So if it's not good for and if it's not like great for the return on investment right now, then they're not focusing on it. And so it's like no, they just want to keep giving all these billions of dollars to their like board and all this stuff. Like you need to make sure that your shit works before you don't have a board, before you have no company to have a board over. Like
I think that's our problem. Like people are now vying for these positions. Like I think back in the day, people were getting paid well, but I think there was an element of people who really liked running businesses. I don't think people realize that like there are people who really love business. Like it's a passion. And just like everything, like back in the day, people used to want to be a lawyer because they believed in the law. Now, like people just want to be a lawyer because somebody says they make good money. Like everything now is about making money and nobody is thinking about the larger impact of things. And so now we're just sucking everything dry until it breaks down. And then who's going to step in and fix it?
That's true. Hopefully somebody, but not until I get my money. Run me my money and that'll be the fix.
Give me my money. I'm stressed. Like this is the first time I had days off in like a year.
And this is how you used
half of it in an airport and on a plane and on the road.
That sucks so bad. That sucks. Man. Well, we are both safe, warm. You to your destination, me tomorrow morning. And so through it all. They're not going
to. At that point,
I'm
if
going
they cancel
home.
It, I'm going crazy.
I'm not going crazy. I'm going to run. They're going to run me my money. And that's what it's going to be.
Cash at this point.
Period.
With no receipt, just so I can file another complaint about how I didn't get my money.
Right. But that is the mess, y'all. Now we're going to dive into this week's topic. And again, you're joining us for episode 80. What's your intention for 2023? So let the people know. Oh, wait. Actually, why did we do this topic? That's what we need to let the people know. Why did we do this topic?
because we do it every year,
We do.
and it sets the tone for the year.
Mm-hmm.
It gives direction,
Mm-hmm.
helps me guide myself to the life I say I want. It's
Nice.
an accountability piece, for
Yeah.
me. And I
Yeah.
look forward to it.
Yeah. I think for me, this is one of the favorite reoccurring topics that we have. We have a couple that we do each year that are like, oh, this is where we kind of focus on this thoughts or whatever, or these kind of thoughts. And so it's been so helpful to me these past few years to have an idea of what to focus on or where to put my attention or what I see was lacking in the last year and how I want to improve upon that to be better in the next year. So I'm really looking forward to this topic in this episode. And before we go any further, now let the people know what the agenda is for the episode.
Okay. So the agenda for this episode, of course, is to dig it down. So in everything we do, we define, discuss impact, and then discuss how we cope. So in this episode in particular, like I said, it's how we've been kicking things off for the new year for the past 3 years now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not lost on me. This is the 80th episode we've
I
done.
know.
80 episodes and no one knows. And no one knows. But our devoted
We know.
listeners and ourselves.
Yes. And we appreciate them too.
We do. I appreciate the day ones.
Period.
When we blow up, y'all will have the first rows.
Yep.
Okay. At our
saved for you. Saved.
Free.
I don't know about
free
free.
of cost. Like, you got to get there, your hotel and everything. Oh, damn.
I'm just kidding.
Damn, I was trying to get y'all a seat. You got to bring your own chairs, though.
Oh, wait. Okay, back to the...
Anyway. Yeah, okay. So this is our time to reflect, analyze, and embrace our journey so far and outline how we would like it to continue into 2023. So this episode will let you know what our intentions are or were for 2022, discuss how we thought it was going to go and how things actually went, and then discuss how we cope and reveal our new intention for 2023. Another thing to note, we make each section clearly known so that you can follow along, have this conversation with us, with others, with yourself. So feel free to pause wherever you see fit to, write, reflect, journal, or just keep listening. Do you? Oh, and if you vibe, we try. We try to bring it back.
Yes,
we try.
We try. We'll see if it works. Clap, 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 clap.
How's Nancy doing? Pelosi. Everything.
Oh, wait.
You know what? We're not gonna get into that.
No, we're not. Not today.
No.
All right. Well, folks, yes. You have something to say.
Mess.
Oh, I mean, I know. May her soul rest in peace. She was 93. I feel like same. I was like,
shocked. Like, oh, she was alive?
Me too. But I mean, she lived to 93. That's really amazing. Sounds like she had a really full life. And I hope she rests well and gets to see I don't know if the queen is in heaven, but I hope she gets to see Betty White. Anyway, that was unnecessary for me to say. We are now to the definition portion of the podcast. So we're going to start the new year off right, folks, and use our girl Google to define intention. According to the interwebs, intention is a determination to act in a certain way. This is a newer definition.
Wait, what? Say it again? Run it back. What is that?
Intention is a determination to act in a certain way.
That's
I know. I thought it was a good definition for this year. I was like, this is something that I resonated with when I saw it. It is a determination to act a certain way. So I have decided that my intention and word for the new year will be discipline.
Ooh.
This past year, focus was my word, and I had a really hard time with it. And as the year comes to a close, I sat with the understanding that while I did have focus, the discipline was lacking, causing the execution to be lackluster.
Okay.
And so, that's where we are.
I'm figuring some shit out about this intention shit.
Tell me.
Mm-hmm. I'm realizing that, like, one of the key components of it is that, like, your word always shows you kind of like what you need.
Yeah.
Like, you think okay, maybe I think when I
Uh,
put in my word, I'm like, this is what I need.
yeah,
And it's like, yeah, but it's also going to reveal
some other
something
shit.
else that you
Oh
didn't need. So
God.
focus for you showed you that, hey, yeah, you need to focus, but you also need to be disciplined. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna need
you
you
need to
to,
combine them things.
yeah, figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So, oh,
Ooh,
we'll get into the
okay.
impact in a bit. But what about you? What is your intention for this year? And what is your
So
intention
my
for the year?
intention for this year, for 2022, was simplicity.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
I've kind of reviewed what I wrote last year,
Uh-huh.
and I pretty much said simplicity rolled out of my previous word, which was, what the fuck was it? Look, I write down all my words so I don't have to remember. Oh, it was intuition.
Oh,
So
right.
intuition made me realize that I needed more simplicity, right?
Yeah.
Because I was overcomplicating things, just overthinking. I was being drained and shame, guilt, doubt, all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
just kind of, me as a person.
Hmm.
So that right there, simplicity. I'm not going to get into the impact. We'll talk about that more. But simplicity led me to my word of 2023, which is decisive.
Ooh, ooh, that is good. Not us both come with the D words.
But I almost picked discipline. I was
Wow.
gonna do like discipline and fun, and then something told me like, nah, bitch, that's not what's been coming up for you. Like it is,
Yeah.
but it may be down the line. That's what I need to focus on. But I really do like what's really been holding me up.
Yeah.
What's really been helping me overcomplicate things
Yeah.
is my lack of decision making.
Ooh, fuck, Rena.
I know
Okay.
it's scary.
It is.
This is a really
It is.
scary for me.
Ooh,
Because I don't
Jesus.
like no goddamn decisions.
I know. My God. Okay.
You know
Okay.
what we should do?
Tell me.
So I think we should have an episode on our words, like a specific episode, like digging
Okay.
down our word,
The
the
actual
actual
word.
word.
Ooh, okay. I'm
Like
down.
so we can talk about like for instance discipline, what it is, what it isn't,
Right.
how we've
Right.
seen it, you know,
Show up.
yeah, and
Okay.
all of that. And the same thing with decisions. Did we have a decision episode? I don't think we had a decision episode.
I don't know. Maybe we go back and look. There's 80 episodes to look through.
Damn, 80. 80. I mean, we've had discipline,
Yeah,
or
that's
has it
true.
been commitment? Is there a difference between
It's
the two?
consistency. And
Oh, is there a difference between consistency and discipline? You see? You see where I'm going with this?
yeah,
That's what I did.
I like it. Were you finished with your definition?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't let me talk anymore.
What? Well, I kind of need you. You're the other half of this podcast.
Not in that section.
Oh, I got you. Okay, cool. Well, we are now to the impact. So, for me, the impact of lackluster execution
Damn.
is that a lot of goals that I spoke of finishing this year, last year, whatever, didn't come to fruition.
What were those goals, if you don't mind me asking?
I wanted to have my short film made. I wanted to have my reel done. Some new
Oh,
headshots to
oh.
audition for things.
You
Um,
auditioned for things.
more, sorry,
Oh, okay. More.
audition more for
She want
things.
more auditions. Okay.
Yeah. So I had to sit with myself and ask why. Um, I was able to articulate where I wanted to put my attention. So I know where I wanted to focus. I was able to focus and say, this is what I want, right? But the discipline was not up to par. And that's
Okay.
really been like a very hard pill to swallow. The first year that we did this word, year that we did this, my word was thrive. And I carried that into this year as well, while trying to focus. And in doing so, I gave myself so much leniency to choose me over and over until I know for sure what I like to do. Like, I just was like, if it doesn't please you in this moment, don't do it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want? I want to sleep, or I want to go out, or I want to
Okay.
this, or I want to that. And so I feel like I got out of balance. I
Okay.
feel like I took it too far
Uh-huh.
and allowed myself to lack discipline in the name of what would make me happy. And that's in quotes because it was like a temporary happiness for present Jessica. And now I've got to set myself up for a bit more of a lasting happy feeling, joyful feeling. And I need to look out for future just a little bit more. I actually got really emotional about even choosing this word because I have like a small fear that I won't be able to do it. But it is something that I would like to tackle. So I'm just like looking my fear head on and hoping to come out the other side like a bit better.
Mm.
That is the impact. I
Hmm.
feel, yeah, just having to say that to myself that I don't have discipline, it was like really hard. And
Hmm.
also like nerve wracking because like, where am I going to get it? Like I have to create it and I have to like
Yeah, I mean,
restructure how I'm living my life essentially to say this is what discipline looks like for you. You know, I can't do it according to anyone else. I have to do it so that I can follow through and so that I can be who I want to be. I have so many stories and so many things that I want to do that I'm going to have to like really structure my life. But there was the fear that I go back to this place of feeling like I had to structure and mold and what is it? Basically know what everything is, just have this control over everything. And I don't want to go back to that place, but I need to
well,
bring some of that into who I am now and create a like a good balance.
how can focus help you with discipline?
I don't know.
Hmm.
That's something I'll be thinking on.
Hmm. I want to like. I'm just asking. Screw it. What is your definition of discipline? Like, what do you think discipline is? What has it been for you so far in your life?
Well, for me, discipline is
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
doing.
Stop
Oh,
it.
you are. Oh,
Okay,
there you
there we
go.
go. I'm back.
Discipline for me is doing what I say I'm going to do. It is putting steps in place and following those steps. I'm going to juice every week. I'm going to work on my budget once a month. I'm going to, make up my bed every day. I'm going to whatever these steps that I put into place. Yes.
No, keep going. No, I just kind of want to let you know I have a question for
You always got a question. You didn't have to raise your hand for that. I knew that.
you.
But yeah, it's really discipline is yeah, it's actually doing what I say I'm going to do. It's accountability. It can be considered a lot of things, but for me to be disciplined is to say, okay, maybe I don't want to get up at 6 a.m., but I said I would and I need to, so I will. So I get up
Okay.
at 6 a.m., even if I feel like I could use another hour of sleep or I want another hour of sleep. So that's the other thing. I've been like giving myself a lot of rest and that's been helpful to get to this place because I needed the rest. I'm not bashing the last 2 years of who I've been or 3 years or whatever. I needed all of those things, but here I am now recognizing that, okay, those served me well, but now I'm going to have to stick to my guns. I have the focus last year. I know that I want to audition more, but the discipline was getting on there, getting my headshots, doing what I said, and not allowing other things to come in front of that. But yeah, you got your hand up twice. Now she got two questions.
I
Okay, let
do.
me
I do.
let me let you go because you have some things to say. Ask the question.
Okay, so my first question, well, the first question I'm going to ask is
Okay.
like when you talk about discipline and you think about like those things that you have to do, like making up your bed and all of that, how does that feel to you?
Hmm. I've been making up my bed as an act of like, this is what I want to do for a few months now. Like it's just
Oh,
like an
okay.
everyday thing. Like I make up my bed. I want it to look nice when I come in. And the act of making up the bed is just a habit now. So I don't know that I have any feelings behind the act of it. But the act when I come home and I see the bed made, that's a feeling that I feel good about. I feel happy that the bed is made. I
So
feel
hold on
happy.
to that
Huh?
when you're like starting to condition yourself into doing things that may seem undesirable because like when you're writing off the list, you're kind of like, yeah, and I got to do this and I got to do that. And I think that's
Oh
the
no, I didn't
drag.
mean it
Like,
that way.
oh, maybe that's the way I took it.
No, no, it wasn't like, oh, I
But
have
I
to
feel
do
like,
it. It's just like these are the things that I think of when I think of discipline. These are things that I have on. It's just a listicle. It's not like
Okay. A
there's no
listicle.
feelings necessarily behind it. Like, oh, I dread making up my bed,
Okay.
or it wasn't that. It's just that I didn't do it. Like I didn't have any thought about it one way or the other. But
Okay.
it's just adding it to the list, saying I want to make up my bed every day, and then the execution is now the discipline is now what I am working after. So all of
Okay.
these things are things that I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any flexibility, do you feel like, in your discipline? Like, so, like, is there room to pivot? Like, so say, like, because I know follow through is your thing. You want to say,
Mhm.
I want to do this and I want to see it done.
Mhm.
It's very Virgo. I
Mhm.
say I want to do this, so I need to get done.
Right.
So, have there been moments throughout this year with your focus? I know you said there's all these things you wanted to see done and you feel like you didn't do them, or you didn't do them as much as you would have liked to do them.
Mhm.
Is there anything that you found yourself actually completing or doing that you didn't anticipate? Like where you felt like you had to pivot and maybe focus on something else over these things? Or do you just feel like,
I feel like because I still had the thrive mentality, I kind of just
okay,
let things happen. A lot of cool
okay,
things have happened to me this year. I'm not complaining about the year at all. I've been in 2 plays. I have done several shows with my improv troupe. I've been to so many events and activities with friends and stuff. And like,
mm-hmm,
all of those things are wonderful.
mm-hmm,
So, I think the idea of having leniency for myself had taken over,
okay.
right?
So
So I
you feel
did a
like
lot
you
of
need,
pivoting. I did a lot of like, oh well, shit, I'm gonna be in a play. Okay, boom, boom, boom. My
okay,
focus is there. Oh, I'm gonna do
okay,
this. Okay, my focus is here. Oh, I have a show. My focus is here.
got you.
And so I've already given a lot of leeway. I don't want to get back to
Okay,
a place where I'm so strict with myself that I'm beating myself up for
yeah,
not completing something that is not realistic. But
okay,
some of these things could have been done with the right focus, with the right well, not even the right focus, with the right dedication. I focused on it. I said, "Oh, that's what I want," and I can see it and I can visualize it. But then it was like, "Okay, but there's some actions that need to happen."
uh,
And so for me, yeah, discipline equals action. Let's just
so
say
like
that.
you want like an action plan, you want like some organization to
I
it,
need
saying,
some
okay,
steps to
I
do the
want to do this
things.
by this date, and
Yeah. And these are the
okay,
steps. I want to have this done by the first quarter of the year. I want to have this done by the middle of the year. I want to have this
smart
done,
goals.
type of situation. So, all in all, I said all of that to finally get to a place where I can say discipline equals action for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Discipline equals action. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna be a journey. Okay.
Yeah. Whew.
You're gonna
I
be
was like
10 toes
emotional.
down,
I was
y'all.
emotional yesterday. I was talking to Brandy and I was like, I'm just like overwhelmed with the idea that I have to take care of myself.
You're gonna be
I've
accountable to
said this
yourself.
before, but yeah, sometimes it's like, and there's so much that I want to do. Sometimes I have overwhelmed paralysis. Like I just feel like there's so much, and like, what's the first step? But I think, like I said, this discipline will allow me to break it down and have actions of how to get to the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step, and now I look back like, oh damn, okay, cool, one task complete, type shit. So,
Okay. So
what
I'm
about you? What is the impact for you?
okay. So the impact of simplicity. Whew.
Ooh.
It actually kind of worked out the
Okay.
way I figured it would, with like a little
Mhm.
extra sprinkled on top. It was definitely a focus on me thinking less and feeling more so that I can sort out what's for me and kind of discard the rest. And
Mhm.
I think what kind of came out of that was this overwhelming feeling of just wanting to have less, wanting to maintain fewer things.
Mhm.
Um, and like just realizing, I guess, looking around and seeing how much I had surrounded myself with things and situations that really weren't for me.
Mm.
Like
Mhm.
it forced me to look at like where my energy was going and you know what I had around me, and like and ask myself, do you even really like this?
Mm.
Is this even really what you want?
Mhm.
Like what type of work do you really want to do? Like
Mhm.
what do you actually want to do?
Mhm.
And that and to not overthink it at the same time.
Yeah.
to not, judge or criticize myself for wanting things or no longer wanting things,
Mhm.
and then challenging myself to let things go.
Mm.
And I realized, like, I would play out scenarios to kind of imagine. I want to say feel out. Like I have some superpower to know what everybody's thinking, but it's
Yeah.
really me creating this narrative of, oh, if I do this, then
Mm.
people are gonna think this, or
Oh, wow.
am I doing this so people can think this? And I just realized a
Mhm.
lot of shit is about people. And it
Yeah.
wasn't a lot about me. And then if I focus on me, things would become a lot more simple.
Right.
So that's what simplicity did for me. Like
Oh,
I
wow.
I spent a lot of time this year striving to obtain balance with my time,
Mhm.
realizing my time was really out of balance. My energy was out of balance. My finances, I knew that was out of balance, but
Oh, wait.
it's just like my habits and,
Mhm.
kind of fighting the guilt with some of these things that I've realized. Like social media for me increasingly has become a struggle.
Yeah.
Like I'll go on there, like I've gone from being on social media, like while I'm at work, just
Yeah.
scrolling and responding to people, to going like days without on social media and checking
That's
my
amazing.
messages.
Yeah.
And I've spent a lot of time just, coming home after work, saying I'm gonna make myself a meal and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna get cozy on the couch because I deal with people all day and I just kind of want to be in my own energy right now
Yeah.
and not feeling bad about not calling friends. Or I do feel bad. I feel bad that I'm not calling friends. I'm not checking in on them. I'm like, am I being a bad friend?
Mhm.
But then at the same time, knowing this is kind of what I need.
Yeah.
And then also wondering if this is depression. And then
Mm.
being like, well, who said this is depression? Like, it,
Yeah, like, had a lot of battles, had a lot of
yeah, a
struggles.
lot of, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
I think a lot. I think
Okay.
a lot. And
Do you
especially,
feel Oh, I'm
oh,
sorry.
go ahead. No, no. Ask me the question.
Do you feel like with simplicity you've been able to simplify some of your thoughts? Or do you feel like you still have the thoughts, but the answer is simpler?
Both. Like
Okay.
I've definitely been able to simplify my thoughts, and I've definitely been able to, because I've spent a lot of time with myself
Mhm.
this year. I feel I have.
Mhm.
I'm able to come up with an answer that's me and accept that
Mm.
answer
Mhm.
more readily. I'm
I
not
love
saying I'm
that.
perfect, but I've gotten to this point now where I'm realizing you're overthinking this. Like you're thinking
Mhm.
too much. Like stop thinking at this point. At
Damn.
this point, we need to just
Take a
make a
reset.
decision,
Mhm.
act, and see how it unfolds.
Come on, discipline.
Disciplined or
Mm.
decisive.
Decisive and disciplined.
That too. So that's what simplicity has been for me. And it just made me realize that I knew it's what I wanted.
Mhm.
I do want things to be simpler. I
Yeah.
was overwhelmed. And a lot
Mm.
of the overwhelm was because I felt like I had to do things and not in that focus on what I have to do versus what I want to do.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
as I'm rounding out 2022, I'm realizing that my shift is more on like what I want to do and,
Okay.
you know, pretty much using my energy and saying, this is all I have to give to this. Yes, I have 100% energy, but I only have 10% of that 100%
Right.
to give to this. So, that's been the impact. And I feel like simplicity is something that's really going to stay with me. I like simplicity.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like intuition, like I just feel them all rolling into one, all my words
Yeah.
rolling into one.
What's your word for this year?
Decisive. I want to be more
Decisive.
decisive
Okay.
because I'm
Okay.
realizing that cuts through
Yeah.
a lot of my overthinking,
Yeah.
and it helps for things to become more simple,
Okay.
and it helps me to not be overwhelmed with the maintenance of things.
Mhm.
So now I don't know what else decisive is going to give me in
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
Um, but for me, in choosing that word, the definition right now is to be decisive means me showing up authentically and
Mhm.
choosing authentically so that I can have what is authentically mine.
Wow. I love that. I love that.
And I am terrified. I'm terrified every year. I'm tripping all the time.
Jesus. Oh my
But
God.
making decisions and committing to that decision. I
Hmm.
think that's going to be the key
Yeah.
component, because I can make a decision, don't mean I won't stick with it. And I
Right.
think, sticking with the decision even when it starts to look uncomfortable, and you're like, I don't know where
Ooh.
this is gonna go,
But this my
but
decision.
I made this decision, and I'm gonna
You
see it
said that's
through.
my decision. I'm gonna stick beside
Yeah, I'm gonna stick beside it. It's a
it.
badass decision, and then
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
and it
extract
may
the
not
lesson.
be. Yeah.
At this point, I don't know if there really are bad decisions. I
Uh-huh.
think there are ones that are more comfortable and ones that are uncomfortable. I think you get a
Yeah.
lesson out of all of them.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean,
Yeah.
some decisions are bad decisions. I think a decision to do
Well,
crack is
yes,
bad, but
like get a lesson.
if
Don't do
for
crack.
someone else seeing you a lesson to somebody else. Yikes!
You were a lesson to yourself.
If you
I
learn
think
it,
it's just the lesson is that's a hard lesson to learn.
that's a
Crack is
hard
a real
lesson to
hard
learn.
lesson to learn.
Yeah.
That's
But you're
real
right.
hard.
I mean, I think
Some of you.
being decisive in a decision, you start to see that you are capable. You start to see that you are worthy, that your decisions are good decisions. And like you said, even if after a couple you've make a stumble or something, you're not going to make complete. We are stronger than we think. We're more knowledgeable than we think. We're more capable than we think. I feel like you will have some things that are missteps, of course, in decisions. We always do. But I think once you start being decisive in your decisions, you'll start building such a comfort in knowing that you've made so many good decisions. You'll start being like, I know my decisions are right. You know what I mean? You'll start to build that muscle of just knowing like
Absolutely.
my decision is a good decision. My decision is a good decision. And affirming that in yourself, and then having that to look on. Like, I was decisive. It was a good decision. I was decisive. It was a good decision. I was decisive. It was okay decision, but I didn't fail and fall and stumble and break my face. I made a good decision. And then it'll just be easier and easier to say, I made a decision. And that's what I'm hoping too for discipline, that I just have these things that I put into place, that I don't turn into my old rigid self. And that when I see that I can be disciplined and still have fun and still choose myself, that it's easier and easier to be disciplined. Oh no, I need to do this. Oh, I need to budget this. I need to do this. I need to, you know what I mean? Type of thing. So that's dope.
Yeah. I think overall, like everything you said, it's about building confidence in myself. And I think there is a confidence that I already have because, like I said, I was like, I don't think there are really any bad decisions. And I should have said for me.
Okay.
Because doing crack really is a bad decision.
Yeah.
Overall, but I do not believe I would do crack now.
Okay. What's with the now? Explain. You mean you would have did it earlier, or you might do it later in life?
Oh, definitely later in life. Like if I hit like 88, I definitely would try to crack. Just I
was saying that too. I would try like crazy drugs when I'm like 80, 90.
Yeah, like heroin.
Because like, why? It doesn't matter if I die. It's like, oh damn, she lived to 90 and she died over overdose or some shit. Like, oh okay, that was weird.
Like instead of like giving me like a peg tube or like putting me like it's pretty much a feeding tube. Like surgically inserted to your stomach so they can pour this like liquid in and nourish you artificially. I'm like, you ain't even got to do that. Just let me try heroin and crack and just let me go. Like it ain't about the food no more. Like if we're at that point.
She said, put a line in for crack. Wow,
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if you wanna insert something. Now would be the time to go find, a little bit of crack and some heroin.
That means you're already down bad. I don't want to be doing nothing when I'm down bad. That means you were down bad and you needed a feeding tube. I mean, if I'm 80, I want to be making a cognizant choice that, like, you know what?
I would be making that choice.
No, if you need a feeding tube, Rita, you're probably not making a lot of.
Actually, when you get a feeding tube, they want you to be able to make that choice.
Oh, that's true. But I'm saying you already down bad.
But I'm on the way out.
Okay, I see that. She said, so you don't want the feeding tube.
My last one would be crack.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And how did we get here? What the fuck? My God said
we're talking about
last meal
good decisions.
Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Okay.
Look, this is where I am at this point in my life when I, become like Twitter famous. Go ahead, pull this up. I don't really care. Anyway, so, but back to good decisions.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. I feel like at this point, I know I make pretty decent decisions, but I
Mhm.
haven't really given myself the opportunity to really see it play out. And somebody
Okay.
mentioned that to me. It was either like my former life coach or my kind of Reiki spiritual person that I meet
Mhm.
with. You know, one of them said that I need, or maybe probably both of them, that I need to make a decision and be willing to see it out, and so that I can, or I should wait. Let me back up. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I need to let things play out,
Mhm.
show up authentically, let it play out, so that I can see the options presented and that I can actually choose what I want. And
Mm.
I feel like I spend a lot of time, trying to control things, trying to nice things, trying to like sway things to the way I think I want it to go.
Mhm.
And when you do that, you can miss the truth of the matter.
Mhm.
So by me having the courage to just allow things to be,
Mhm.
I'm hoping that it will allow me to make decisions that are for me. And then the more I make those decisions, the more I build that confidence, the more I
Mhm.
can see it without my own like brand of manipulation and control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think it all stems from me just kind of, I said this to, I think it was Cheyenne, that like knowing yourself authentically is your protection. Like you're never
Yes.
really safe ever, but if you, the more you know yourself, the kind of the more protected you are because you can make decisions for yourself that's
Yeah.
really in your best interest.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real
So
shit.
yeah,
Wow. That's really powerful. And then you'll start listening to your intuition, so even spiritually you're safer. I love that.
yeah,
Are we to the cope now?
yes, absolutely.
Okay. For me, I cope by having grace and ease and admittance. By admitting to myself that I have this lack in discipline, I can work on what that looks like for me. By admitting that I have fear surrounding my capabilities, I give no room to hide behind that fear. Today, I am actually creating a vision board. I didn't do that last year. And I felt that I lost some focus on some things this
Oh,
year,
okay.
or last year, this year. Um, and I'll take the focus from last year and apply some discipline, and I'm going to watch myself grow. I'm recognizing that this is like a struggle for me, or it has been, and really just giving myself the softness and the encouraging talk that my mom would give me in this situation. Just really taking it easy on myself and saying like, I know that this has been difficult and I know that you're worried, but you're strong enough for this and I believe in you. And even if it's the first couple steps that are small, just take them and be gentle with yourself. And so that's what I'm taking from this, and going into 2023 with a gentleness and a softness to get the discipline, or to create the habits of discipline. And so yeah, that's how I'm coping.
I love that.
Mhm.
And thank you for mentioning the vision board. I was like, I need to do that. I think
Yeah.
I'm at this point in my life where I actually have a vision for the vision board.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think in previous years I kind of did it based off of what people told me to do.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, do a vision board, envision what
Yeah.
you want in life. And then I
Yeah.
didn't really know what I wanted out of life.
Yeah.
A lot of I just wanted to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
um, but now I'm like, I know what I would do with a vision board. It's
Yeah.
this uncanny feeling.
Yeah.
And I really want to visualize who I want to be. But
Mm-hmm.
you parenting yourself, that is
Yeah. Gently, I'm
that's
trying.
gently,
Mm-hmm.
and do it afraid. Honestly,
Yeah. Woo.
when people say, um, like do what scares you, or if it scares you, like you're on the right track. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm also starting to realize that that's true. As
Yeah.
scary as that sounds, like if you're afraid, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Yikes! Eesh.
Mm.
So whatever scares you, just show up. Just like,
Yeah.
you could do it with gentleness. I think that's
Yeah.
what I like about what you said. Like you're not saying, "Oh, I'm not going to be afraid and I'm going to avoid things." You're like, I'm going to do it one step at a time. I'm going to
Mhm.
show up
Yeah.
and I'm just going to see what unfolds, and I'm going to show up scared. I'm going to show up
Yeah.
as I am scared.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's it. That's the way. That's it right there.
Yeah. How are you coping?
Also grace, because
Period.
I can't do anything without grace. But yeah, giving myself time, grace, and space to
Mhm.
see how the culmination of my experiences have truly shaped me and how I will blossom and unfold as a result.
I
So
love that.
yeah, I'm I'm doing a mix of observation, not like before I used to observe as a way of scanning for threats. But now
Mm.
I think I'm a little bit more secure. Um, and I just want to kind of see how things really are and so that I can move and make decisions for myself
Yeah.
and also do it afraid,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
life is scary. There's safety is an illusion,
Yeah.
you
It
know.
is. It is.
Well,
I mean,
actually, well, no, I struggle back and forth with that. I think stability is an illusion. I think safety
mhm.
it comes from within. I
All of this
think
shit is an illusion and everything comes from within. Like
there we
at
go.
any moment, I mean, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like at any moment, you could be, somebody could come and do something really crazy where I'm living. The financial, like the banks could literally just stop existing. And it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, you don't have
It's
anything
gone.
now. Like it's gone.
I think
So all of this stuff is an illusion. It's going to come from within how you withhold and withstand like everything that comes at you.
I agree, and
Yeah.
I think I stumbled upon a thing for me, which is I often confuse stability with safety.
Mm.
Or like, I feel like if it's stable, it's safe, and that's not
Mhm.
necessarily the case.
Mhm.
Not that I confuse the two, but I equate stability to
I
safety. And
got you.
sometimes to stay in the same place and to be stagnant
Oh,
can be more
oh,
dangerous than moving.
oh, oh, you better speak that word. Oh, Jesus. She hit me, y'all. Damn. Yeah.
And sometimes to not move, to stay is scary.
Mhm.
Like moving doesn't always, and not being stable doesn't mean there's just so much. There's so much I gotta
Yeah,
unpack
we need to go into
into
that,
this
and
thing.
that's a whole other
Yeah,
episode.
that's a whole other episode. So I'm gonna just stop it here. Like I
Yeah.
said, I cope by time and grace and
Mhm.
room
Mhm.
to really be like my therapist, which I have now. She keeps asking me. She's like, "Where did you learn to not take up space?"
Ooh.
And I'm like, "First of all, you don't know me." She mean, and I'm like, "I don't know where I learned it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Am I not taking up space?"
Ooh.
She's like,
Yeah.
so that's something. That's what I mean by space. Give myself time, grace, and space.
I love that. I love that.
Yep.
Well, I think we are to the recap, which is that being decisive and being disciplined are going to be our focus this year. And while both of those words give us a little fear, we're going to face it head on. We're going to do it with gentleness and with love and with ease, so that even the smallest step we know is a benefit, is a positive.
Hmm.
We look forward to what it's going to look like when we have um, ingrain this into just who we are. Just being decisive is Rena's nature. Being disciplined is my nature. And those are things that we look forward to. I know that whatever your goals are for this year, whether they be huge steps that you're taking or small little steps that eventually you will look back and be grateful that you made those steps. I know I'm going to be grateful to myself for the discipline that I continue to take from this moment on through the rest of my life. And those decisive decisions that Rena make are going to put her platitudes ahead of where she used to be. And so for that, 2022 has been wonderful, and 2023 is going to be even better. Um, is there anything you wanted to add to the recap?
Yeah, you're not safe, so just do it anyway.
You might as well do it.
Might as well,
Might as
including the
well.
crack at the
Okay,
end.
no, I don't condone that on our podcast. There has to be one voice of reason. That's going to be me. Don't do that until you're 89, 90 years old. And then, by the end, live the full life. Whew, Jesus.
At the end.
Yikes,
Don't
Rena.
do it now. Do it later.
Fucking wait. Um, but are there any shout outs that you
Gosh,
have?
I never have shout outs. I'm just gonna say no.
Hmm.
I made a
Okay.
decision.
I like it. I'm going to say, should old acquaintance be forgot at all lang syne.
Better sing that shit.
Happy New Year, everybody. That is my shout out. I pray for all of us that 2023 brings ease, brings love, brings comfort, brings new ideas and new frontiers for you and everybody that is close to you. To both myself and Serena, I look forward to what this next year brings. And I think that brings us to my favorite part, which is the meditation. If you are new, what we do is take a couple deep breaths, we set an intention, take another couple deep breaths, and then we let you go about your day and your new year. All right, what I want you to do for me is to take a big deep breath. We'll take a second deep breath. And we'll take one more deep breath. All right, and now we'll set an intention. This whole episode has been about intention, so I reiterate that I will be disciplined from now until the end and forevermore. And that is my intention.
And my intention is to make decisions and see them through. I just want to see it through. I said what I said. Period.
I love that. I would like to take another couple set of breaths and then we'll let you go about your day. Take another big deep breath for me. We'll take a second deep breath. We'll take one more deep breath. All right. Our intentions have been set for the day. Go out there and flourish, sis. Your day doesn't have to be a mess. Today doesn't have to be a mess. I don't know where I was
But it's
going.
okay that you messed that up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Is there anything else we need to let the people know?
I just really look forward to hearing what your intentions are. Give me some ideas for the years to come.
I love that. All right. So also, if you have any topic ideas you'd like to discuss with us, please email us at whatsthemesssis@gmail.com. That's also our business email. So if you would like to get in touch with us about any business opportunities, if you would like to be a guest, if you just want to say y'all are cool, y'all are great, also it's whatsthemesssis@gmail.com. If you are more of an social media person, you can reach us at It's a Mess Sis Podcast. That's on Instagram. On Facebook, that's going to be It's a Mess Sis Podcast. Twitter, at It's a Mess. And on YouTube, if you search It's a Mess Sis, you will find us, watch us, see our beautiful faces, and we'll catch y'all. Wait, is there anything else?
No.
Okay, so we're going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. It's a mess.
Hey, that's why I can't sing.
It's okay. He's going to talk over my singing though. Okay, it's ready now.